liked the Friends reunion.
Okay. But so your level of frustration on the previous episode
was high.
It was really high.
But let me say this. I liked all the stuff that involved the Friends. Anybody else that was involved completely could have done without it.
Okay.
I did like the montage of people from around the world.
You did like that.
I liked way more than James Corden. He was completely unnecessary. I felt like I was watching a late night show. I felt like I was watching the James Corden late night TV show, which was the point. I got that.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we're going to do an interview, ask people different questions. Yeah. It's going to be like a late night show. I got that. Okay. I understand why they did it. Still didn't like it. When they were sitting around talking, reminiscing, having fun, reenacting scenes, reading scripts, you could have done that for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You really could have.
I agree.
There was no need for James Corden.
I agree.
There was no need for any of that. I kind of understand why they did it. But you could have done 2 hours of them rereading scenes, bringing in guest stars.
Absolutely.
You could have done 2 hours of that, and that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
And the parts that were so cool. They were fun. They were exciting. I even liked talking to the creators. I thought that was a really cool thing because people forget about that.
Right.
People forget somebody came up with an idea for
an integral part of the...
And wrote a script.
Yep.
And I liked when they're like, this is how we casted everybody.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Because people don't see that, nor do they care about that.
Yeah.
Until they see something like that. So people can see a side of the film industry that's like, oh, so this person, there was actually 100 of that person before there was that one that we know today.
Which is a little cool.
And I like that.
Inside baseball.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
And it's nice.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it, but the stuff I was frustrated about, I didn't need to see David Beckham.
But it didn't anger you.
It didn't anger me. No, so I wasn't like, why is he up there?
The way they presented it wasn't like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I hate this.
No.
You were just like, all right,
I didn't need it. And David Beckham was up there, 30 seconds?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't need 30 seconds of David Beckham.
Your little Justin Bieber rant, he was up there for 5 seconds. Yeah. He was up there, and no one even asked him a question.
Yeah, so I'm glad he didn't talk.
You were you were hot.
I have nothing against Jay Biebs. Great guy. David Beckham, didn't need to see him on any of the other. I just didn't.
And do you care what David Beckham thinks about Friends?
No, I don't give a shit what David Beckham thinks about Friends.
All right.
I really don't. But like I said, I did like the montage of people from around the world.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, cool. It did reach a wide variety of people. But
it's reached the world. Yeah.
You know, I'll say something here before we end this segment about Friends. But I liked the reunion.
All right. Okay. So out of 10, what do you give the Friends reunion?
It's an 8. It's an 8%.
You give it an 8. Yeah. That's actually a lot higher than I thought you were going to give it.
Because I enjoyed it. It made me feel good.
Holy cow.
It made me feel really good.
All
right.
I
liked it, and I had a good time, and it made me remember why I liked the show.
Okay. All right.
It made me remember why I liked the show growing up.
All right.
I'm currently in the middle of rewatching it. That's a different conversation.
You're in the middle of rewatching Friends
right
now?
Yeah, and I started it 2 months ago.
Yeah?
But Friends is the ultimate background show.
Dang,
Friends is the ultimate show to play in the background
while you're cooking or cleaning. Yeah.
And that's what I've had it on. I've had it cooking dinner, eating dinner. That's been the main thing.
All right.
But the opinions have definitely changed now that I'm older. Because I started watching Friends as a little guy.
We could do a Friends throwback review.
Yeah, no one wants to know what I think about Friends now.
Interesting. I do. I want to. Yeah, I'm curious to feel. I'm
curious. An off-camera thing.
All right.
Maybe.
Okay, so I feel like I got a gist of how you feel about this show. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I was so angry at this stupid thing that they did with the Friends reunion. They should have just left it alone.
Oh, and not showed it at all?
And not even even did it at all.
Flip-flop.
I loved the script reading.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
None of these friends, there's probably a couple of friends, but the majority of these friends have no business on being on television anymore. They're not for it anymore at all.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They're not like it's cool to interview them, and that's great. But then you sit them down to act and play a game. First of all, I don't care that you're playing a game.
Yeah.
And if you play the game, fine, then finish the game. And they just like left us hanging on the game and didn't do anything with Joey's stupid hand twin. And I'm like, I like that guy. I think he's a funny actor.
He's done a lot of other stuff.
He's done a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. They got him back. I was like, hey, that's cool.
For 2 seconds.
For 2 seconds.
That was frustrating.
Yeah.
That was frustrating.
But I'm like, they don't need, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. Mm-hmm. And everybody wanted a Friends miniseries. And I'm watching this Friends reunion. And I'm like, oh, now I know why. And we talked about like I was telling you.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
I was telling you like, oh, if they're in a boardroom, like why wouldn't you come up with that idea, right? Like it makes sense to have the Friends miniseries idea. Why didn't they do that? And there's a lot that we don't know, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you right now, the reason they didn't do the Friends miniseries is because they can't. They sat down with these actors and they were like, God. Oh, God. No. We can't show them.
Yeah.
For 8. They can't act anymore. No, it would be a garbage can on fire.
Yeah.
And that is all I felt when I was watching this thing. And I appreciated a lot of what they gave us because it is fun to see how they are now and the round table and having them get onto the set for the first time in a long time. That was awesome.
Like it started off good.
Started off so strong.
So you were going high.
I was like, this is going to be good.
And then.
But I honestly could have, if they had shown them enter in and see the old set and just stayed there for 2 hours and eventually done a table read or two of a couple of scenes, talked about their time on the set and what it meant to them and the scenes they remember and reenacted those scenes. And then lights, goodbye, good night, see you later. No James Corden, no interviews with actors, no around the world stuff, nothing.
So cluttered. It was cluttered.
Yeah, it was just like, why are we even doing this if we're going to show us all this other nonsense? Okay. The whole point of the Friends reunion is a Friends reunion. That's all I care about. I wanted it to be like best friends in their house and like
having dinner.
Like a camera was the fly on the wall and we just wanted to know what they were up to.
Which that was the good stuff.
Yeah, that was the best part of the Friends reunion. But the other stuff, it was a joke.
So then what do you think it was of? Do you think it was a money grab? Is that
I wonder,
we've kind of determined? Because that's what it sounded like.
I wonder because the James Corden stuff, it would have been no different if they just had the Friends on the late show or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Right? If they had just said, hey, we're going to take the Friends over there.
Also, yeah.
You know, and we're going to do a little 20-minute segment with the Friends to promote the Friends reunion.
Yeah.
It would have been the same thing.
Yeah.
He would have still had Justin Bieber come out in all the costumes and shit.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Yeah, because it's stupid. Because it's stupid.
But again, that wasn't the cast stuff. That was other stuff.
Right. It was the other stuff.
The Friends stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was, even that I wasn't excited for, but that was better than I was expecting.
And
I thought the table read stuff was going to be like dumb and like, but it was better than I was expecting. So when you saw the first trailer, what were your thoughts?
Well,
when you saw the trailer,
I told you I was bummed out. Even when I saw it, I was like, I'm bummed. That's not what I wanted at all. Yeah. But what I wanted, I now understand. What I wanted, I now understand why it didn't happen. Yeah. And if I'm a producer or some, pitch guy for WB or HBO Max now,
Warner Media Discovery,
Warner Brothers Discovery, if I work for HBO, I understand why they didn't do that. So what I don't understand is why someone didn't say, hey, that's the good stuff. Why don't we just do an hour and a half of that?
Yeah.
And that makes me think it's a cash grab.
I always thought it was a cash grab.
the other famous people coming in and being involved is I don't see how it's not.
Well, now as a cash grab, once I found out how much each of them made.
Yeah. It's like,
what? Come on, man.
Wasn't it $2.5 million?
Yeah.
$2.5 million. Yeah.
Nice. For what, a day's work? A couple days maybe? Not a lot of days.
Not a lot of days. Not a lot of effort, I think, would be required.
And people were slamming it pretty hard for a lot of stuff. Mostly the Matthew Perry stuff. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, the Matthew Perry stuff is sad because if what they say is true, then that's crappy, right? Yeah. So he had dental work and wasn't on drugs and blah, 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 blah. But
people were like wanting him to be on drugs. They're like,
drugs. Because he was on drugs before, right? He has a shady history. So everyone's like, yeah, that must be it. But if it's not, I feel bad for him. It was shitty timing, and that's unfortunate. There's nothing you can do about it. But like the friends themselves, you're just like, yeah, like it was all kind of sad a little bit.
Like they're all old and
like it was all. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't look good, and but there's some stuff that it's like you look at them and you're like, something's different about you, right? Like
because I mean we left them
17 years ago.
We left them 17 years ago, and that was the last time we saw him. Yeah. So imagine going through and not seeing somebody for 17 years and seeing them again. You think it's gonna be old, and then
you're like, oh, and I'm not necessarily saying that the Botox stuff and all the plastic surgery stuff, whatever. It's I think that's kind of just whatever happens in Hollywood, and there's probably a lot. I mean, the people that look like they didn't get it was Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc definitely didn't, from what I could tell.
Yeah, and Lisa Kudrow didn't look like she had any work done.
Lisa Kudrow looks the best out of all of them.
I know.
She really does.
And the thing is, and you get this sense of like they all probably would have still looked good, right? If they didn't do anything to their face. And and that's why you're kind of like, oh, that's unfortunate. But because you're like, I feel like you would have been beautiful if you had not done anything like that, right? But
gone through the process.
But I don't, it is what it is, and I'm not gonna bash them because they got plastic surgery or Botox or anything.
But it's just like it's so obvious.
But you do. But so you got a sense of like they're back, but they're something's different.
They're not all here.
Yeah, and that was like so. I feel like that kind of also left it a little unsettling as you're watching them on a couch and you're like, they all look a little strange.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they look like people, like different versions of themselves, which is hard.
Like I said, they're newer and
I feel like that was gonna happen regardless. But
there's a lot of actors going through that now.
Yeah.
When I rewatch older stuff, so when I see something, I'm like, oh, wow, they look great. I was like, oh, this is from 1998. Never mind. Sorry. Jesus. So.
But I enjoyed the stuff with just the friends.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think it makes sense to bring back people like Reese Witherspoon to talk to them about their experience. They brought back Gunther, but that was kind of a strange situation too. It just doesn't seem like it was executed very well.
I feel it was rushed.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like
they're like it was supposed to be a year ago and like all this stuff.
Yeah, and that's true. And maybe they canned the first idea, but
I just didn't. Like I said, I just wanted the friend stuff.
Yeah, me too.
And that's what I enjoyed so much.
And the friend stuff, I would give an 8 out of 10 for sure. But all of it together, special as a whole.
I don't plan on like ever watching it.
No,
again.
Never. Yeah. Never. Special as a whole, I would go like a 5.
Okay.
As a whole.
Yeah, maybe I should reconsider that.
And that's only because the stuff that I really did not enjoy was lifted up by the stuff that I really enjoyed, right? Yeah. And that averages out to a 5.
Yeah.
That's how that is working out for me for the Friends reunion. Okay, I'm so bummed.
Hi. I mean, I never wanted it.
Yeah.
I never asked for this. Yeah. But I do want to say this, and I want to go on record.
Okay.
And maybe you know this. It's not like a secret.
All right.
Friends is nowhere near the top 10 greatest shows of all time.
Oh, man.
For me.
Are we going to flip-flop on this too?
For Diego.
All right.
I have a top 10 list of my favorite shows.
But
Friends is
but
not
you're saying favorite shows or favorite sitcoms?
favorite shows, like favorite television shows.
Favorite shows across the board, probably not.
So like I was looking at my list a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And I have, there's a very clear number one for me.
But everything is in there though. Like every
pretty much.
It's a mixed bag of different genres.
Yeah, it's no one genre. It's just any show that's been on television is on that list for me.
Okay.
I don't have it
I
broken
could see
down
that,
by
but
different.
Yeah, but would you put it on a top 10 comedy sitcom list?
I think you would have to.
I mean, come on. I mean, I don't think that there's any question that it's on a top 10 comedy sitcom.
Shows of all time. But I'm saying on my personal list.
Yeah, of everything together. I mean,
Diego's
that's hard though. There's not. I mean, I don't know if I even have a sitcom on my top 10 list of all shows of all time.
Yeah.
I don't. So that's hard to get on. It's hard to get there anyway. I never thought of
broken it down by, because like on my for my movies list, it's not broken down by genre. It's just movies.
Well, and I understand that because you're classifying them all as movies.
Yeah. So I was just saying,
and you're classifying these all as TV shows. It's funny because I feel like the delivery of the show makes a difference. And I would even like sitcom is just like, so sitcom, and then what, like miniseries is your
miniseries or limited series. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a lot, like with TV there's a lot of subgenres. So that's it's harder.
Too, and I thought about that too, because some of the shows on my list are like Netflix shows. They're not shows that were on television.
Yeah. And I think that's fine. I think that's fine.
So after looking at the list, I'm like, Friends for me is not.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree.
There's just so many other shows that I.
But if you said that Friends was not on a top 10 sitcom
list,
I
think it has to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's like if you're making a list, you either say Seinfeld or Friends.
Or Friends, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't seen all of Seinfeld either.
Okay.
Which I need to sit down.
I don't know if you would do. I don't know if you would. Yeah. But even now, well, maybe now. The coolest part about watching these sitcoms is like when you're watching it and you're the same age as the characters that are going through all the things, right?
Well, I want to watch Seinfeld.
Yeah,
and
you
again,
should watch
but
Seinfeld.
is Friends one of the top 10 best sitcoms of all time? Probably.
Yeah, absolutely. It's on the top 10 list for sure.
For sure it is.
And I know people hate it, but the majority,
the majority of the world can agree.
I feel like is a top 10 sitcom.
Friends
list.
is the ultimate background show.
Yeah.
It just is. It's on every network. It's just like, it's always around.
Absolutely.
But for me, Diego,
Yeah.
What Diego likes and what Diego perceives is great. It's just not on my list.
What sitcom is on your list?
Fresh Prince.
Oh.
But again, I love that. I could watch that show forever.
All right.
I could go the rest of my life and I'd be in my 40s and I would still enjoy that show.
Interesting.
I'd still get a laugh out of it. I'd still get a cry out of it.
Yeah.
But growing up, I watched Fresh Prince way more than I watched Friends.
But are you saying that? So I need you to step out of the Diego, your Diego brain for a second.
Yeah.
I need you to try to have a subjective point of view where you're not like taking account into your history.
My own feelings.
Yeah.
So my feelings don't matter. Throw them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you saying that Friends was not done as well as Fresh Prince?
No, Friends was done really well for when it came out. What, early 90s, mid 90s?
Yeah,
94?
it was 94 to
it was it was really well done.
Okay,
it was funny. It was relatable.
But I'm saying like the whole package of Friends. So set deck, acting.
Oh no, that was all great.
Story.
God, it got so bad in the later years, though. I thought.
Yeah,
interesting. It got so annoying.
Interesting.
It was annoying, and now I'm rewatching it as an adult.
Yeah.
Some stuff is infuriating for me for that show.
Really?
It's infuriating
to watch on Friends.
Yeah,
it's infuriating
as an adult.
What season are you on right now?
6.
Interesting. And you're infuriated by some of the episodes that you're watching.
Kind of. I'm like, you guys are adults. Like, you're adult people. Yeah. You should be acting a little different.
Wow.
Like, a little different.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm
going real hard.
That's why I'm saying this, and I said it at the beginning. This is a different. It's a different conversation.
We can have a full out friends.
And we
talk.
can.
Yeah.
But I saw things now this time around that I never saw before. I didn't even know that was there.
Interesting.
Like, whoa.
So it has good rewatchability.
Yeah, I'm always gonna watch Friends.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna rewatch Friends, but there's some stuff I'm like, I didn't notice that when I was 12 years old, because I didn't know what it meant when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
But now that I'm 26 and I've been in that situation, oh, dude, I get it now. Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't have probably said something like that or done what you did.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You feel like Fresh Prince is more accurate to life?
No, I don't think it's more accurate to life. I enjoy it.
There's nothing in Fresh Prince that's ridiculous.
And there's stuff in Fresh Prince that's ridiculous. Yeah. But I'm like, I can't relate to it.
Yeah, like I guess that's true.
So like I know this super rich family, I'm like, it's a super rich annoying family problem.
You've never been thrown into a rich family.
And like had to deal with an annoying cousin.
So it's sort of always
who
like
just asks for money. I'm like, that's so annoying. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, they have money. Like,
I know.
Of course it is.
I know what you're saying.
But like, I'm like, I could relate to Joey because I've been there. I was kind of in that same situation. I probably would have handled it a little differently, my guy. So.
Gotcha. All right.
But I still love it. It's it's just always going to be the show that's always there.
Yeah.
No matter who you talk to, at least in our family, like you have to know about it. Like I'm always down for a Friends trivia game.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm always ready to roll. I'm always ready to roll.
I know what you're saying.
I probably won't rewatch the reunion. I don't really need to.
No, I don't. I will. I definitely won't.
But
here's my.
But I'm also like,
Here's the last thing I'm going to say about the Friends reunion.
Like now.
I agree. I completely agree. Don't do anything else with them, please. Let them go.
Yeah.
Just let them live their lives.
Let it go.
Let Friends go. And it was great, and let's move on. Here's the last thing I'm going to say about the Friends reunion. If someone came to me on the street and was like, hey, I'm a huge Friends fan. Yeah. Huge Friends fan. Should I watch the Friends reunion? I would say absolutely not.
Don't do that to yourself.
Do not watch the Friends reunion if you're a big Friends fan. There's no reason. It doesn't help anything. You don't gain anything from it.
No, you definitely don't gain anything.
It was a cool thing to watch. There were certain things that were cool to watch. I'd be like, man, I don't know, maybe hit up like a clip or two somewhere.
Yeah, watch like the 10-minute. Like, the Friends reunion crunched into 10 minutes. Yeah. Like, watch that thing.
Like, I feel like special features on the discs, some director commentary on some of them would probably be way more useful than all this stuff that we're getting right now.
Yeah.
In the post-Friends reunion era.
Yeah, I just like everything else. Like, just let it
go.
Let's be at peace with it.
Let it go.
You don't need to revamp and redo. And it was good. I enjoyed it. I had fun. But
I had an okay time.
I'm ready to. What Kat think?
Kat, I think also, I don't think she disliked it as much as I did.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, she's probably closer to like a 7 than so closer to your 8 than my 5.
Yeah.
Right, but similar in that like we didn't need that extra stuff. I don't think it bothered her as much as it did me, but that extra stuff, she's like, we could have done it away. And we saw it with 2 friends too.
Oh yeah.
And we saw it with 2 other people, and they all agreed too. I mean, the 4 of us in the room were like, and you're saying the same thing. Like the extra stuff just didn't.
Money grab.
It didn't elevate it the way I think that they were hoping it would.
Yeah.
So,
like you said, all the ties into Warner Brothers. So there was a reason for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's done. It's over. I don't want to see you again in 17 years.
No. Please don't.
I don't want to see any of y'all ever again. Lady Gaga, I don't. We're done with this topic, by the way. Lady Gaga, out of here.
Yeah?
Useless. What are you in?
Well, for the Friends reunion, but are you not a lady?
No, just for the Friends reunion.
Oh, okay.
You didn't need to be on that couch.
But you're a Lady Gaga fan.
Yeah, Lady Gaga. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's weird. She's crazy weird.
Crazy weird, but phenomenal singer, man.
She's crazy.
Love
That's
Lady
why I
Gaga.
like her.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I don't know what she's doing, but not in the Friends reunion.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
You don't deserve to sing "Smell Like It."
No, just don't have anyone. Yeah. Just have Lisa Kudrow sing it with the choir that was in her music video. That is hilarious.
Awesome. Remember that?
And then move on.
Funny clip.
And then move on.
I didn't even. Nah, we're good. I just didn't.
I could. We're moving on.
Bring it back down.
Moving on.
Back down.
I am. upset.
Okay, me too. Well, it's
All right.
over with. We can move on.
All right.
You got to go first on Cruella, though.
All right. Let's begin our Cruella review. All right. You want to just go for it?
Yeah, just.
Are we flipping? I feel like the room flipped. Without
like upside down.
Without even saying a word to each other.
Yeah.
I feel like we just flipped.
All right. That's
Dang
part
it.
of the fun of the show. So why do we do this?
I have no idea what you're thinking.
So
but
why do we do this? I have no idea either.
I have a strong feeling that you're going to disagree with me. I loved Cruella.
Okay.
So much.
Okay.
I know when I love a movie.
Yeah.
When I go back and I just start rewatching certain scenes.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, Emma Stone is just phenomenal.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if someone wants to study acting, like that's and she is phenomenal in that movie, and Emma Thompson is like, I'm sorry, scoot over. Like, yeah.
I'll take it from here.
Emma Thompson's like, good job, sweetie.
Yeah, exactly. I got that vibe too.
Yeah, just like nice. Great scene. If you can stand over there and just watch me and then, take a couple notes.
Yeah.
Emma Thompson is just
a dream.
Oh my gosh.
Dream.
Because there are times when I'm watching Emma Stone and I'm realizing I'm watching Emma Stone.
Yeah.
But I'm watching Emma Thompson play the Baroness, and I not once did I think I was watching Emma Thompson.
Yeah.
And it was just, but even Horace, that guy is getting funnier. The big dude.
Yeah, yeah.
That guy's getting. I mean,
Wink.
Yeah.
Love
Wink,
you, Wink.
Wink is so.
My guy.
I was like, the dog stuff was a little bit jarring at first because you could tell when it was CG and right. They're like, okay, so this is a real dog and this is the CG dog, and you were like, oh man, and then you kind of get used to it throughout the movie, and then you accept it, right? But yeah, like Wink and Horace is so funny.
Wink.
And then the guy that plays Jasper, phenomenal. Just
I like Jasper. Jasper's my favorite character.
And then so the story, I really enjoy. I enjoy this origin story. It's probably the first origin story that they've done so far that I think I'm on board with, as far as the like villains and just like taking it back to the like revamping, like this whole Disney revamp that they're doing in live action, and I this is one of the ones I'm enjoying the most out of all those redos that I'm seeing. And they did 101 Dalmatians back in the day in live action with Glenn Close, who is also a phenomenal actress. And but this modern day versions of all these Disney characters is probably one of my favorites that they've done so far.
So best live action?
Best
so far?
Yeah. I mean, in the last 10 years, I don't know what the first one was. Cinderella, probably.
Oh, yeah. Beauty
and the Beast, all those. Yeah, like those are cool, Aladdin, Mulan, probably at the bottom of that list. But yeah, this Cruella, it was so good. I like what they did with her. I like this transition into Cruella. I like that they tone it down a little bit because she does become a little bit of a jerk in the middle of this movie, and then kind of brings her back to the Estella.
She goes through a.
Yeah, we see her.
She's being a jerk, and then she goes through something, and then she tones it down.
Yes.
So I like that.
And I like that.
It wasn't a switch. Like the next scene, all of a sudden, she's like being cool again.
Yeah,
like
I like that
something
happened
with her own eyes.
Yeah.
She's like, damn, like I can't be acting this way.
And I see some, people's complaints online, and I think they're valid. I think a lot of, and I told you, I think that it could have been 15 minutes shorter, probably, right? They could have probably toned down a couple of things, and we didn't need to see.
It was long.
There were, there's a few montages, probably too many, and we get the gist, and
there was the same headline a few times,
right? Yeah,
and I'm
like it was almost
what?
like we filmed this montage and this montage, and they were like, yeah, so pick one, And then that like never made it to the editor.
Yeah,
and the editor was like
you put them all.
You put them all in, and then they watched it and we're like, no, we said pick one, not all of them.
Oops.
Yeah, he was like, oh, that makes sense. And they were like, yeah,
that would have looked a lot better.
Oh yeah, that would have actually moved the story along a lot, much smoother. Yeah, and then so I feel like there's an hour and 45-minute version of this movie that's great. It was so
I felt
tight.
It was like 30 minutes too long.
Yeah, you thought it was that long? Too long.
But like you said, 145 would have been.
I think 145. It was a solid 2 for sure.
Yeah, it was 2. It was 2:04 when the movie stopped.
When the movie stopped, yeah. Did you see the end credit scene?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I did.
So we can get into a bunch of spoilers here and talk a little more in depth, but I love it. Okay. I'd probably give this movie an 8 in my opinion, but I want to know what you think first.
You want my honest opinion?
I want your honest opinion.
I really liked this movie.
Okay.
I had so much fun, and here's how I know I had fun.
Oh, you had me on edge, man! Oh my gosh.
No, I loved it. I had so much fun, and here's how I know I loved it. It's because my phone went off, and I got so mad.
It was bothering
you. You're gonna bother me during this?
Dang.
And I was like, oh, it's Linda. I gotta pick it up.
Yeah. Whoops.
But I was like. Oh, I felt because I was like, I'm not taking my eyes off the screen. I'm in the middle of something.
All right.
I'm in the middle of something, and I'm enjoying it, and it was fun, and I loved like the tone of it.
Yeah.
I loved that there was no color in the movie,
which makes sense. She's black and white, right?
She's black and white.
Yeah.
But the whole movie is black and white.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm like, it was exciting. Like it was exciting, and I didn't feel like it was a Disney movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was cool with like the without the birds singing and the sun shining and the animals coming to my door and eating a pie off my windshield. Like I was cool without all of that.
Yeah, gotcha.
I was cool with a darker tone, someone that's like so gifted and talented, and like the whole revenge thing. I think there's a big identity crisis of like, is this a heist movie? Is this like a villain story? I'm like, pick a lane.
I think that's fair too.
What do you want to do? You want to do this? You want to do this? And they're like, all of it go down one road, which it didn't make the movie bad.
Right.
But I'm like, it probably could have been more interesting and more refined if it was like, it was just one thing.
It was just this, one.
But Emma Thompson's Cruella, like.
Oh yeah. She's the real Cruella.
Just the most purely evil thing, and I'm like, dang, you're Cruella.
Yeah.
But like you said, Emma Stone, she does it so clean with it, and I feel like it's so effortless to her.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't need to go in and like hype herself up. She like reads it, and then she's like action, and then she just does it.
Yeah.
And she's so good at what she does. But I really enjoyed it.
So good.
I really had a fun time with it. I really like Emma Stone though.
Yeah,
I just
that's
liked
true.
the tone. I liked the whole tone.
Yeah, that's true.
Movie.
I mean,
I liked the fashion stuff.
If you're not an Emma Stone fan, well, and that's hard too because I wouldn't even say she's like being Emma Stone in this movie. So even if you're not an Emma Stone fan, I don't think that you're gonna dislike this movie. But being a fan really helps.
The rating on Rotten Tomatoes,
and it's not that.
It's not.
Is it
97?
97 for fans,
That's
right?
what I saw this morning.
Yeah, it's like 70 something.
Absolutely
I think,
not. And I'm not trying to dog on it.
Yeah.
But you're saying this movie's damn near perfect.
Well,
this movie's not.
And we have to remember how Rotten Tomatoes works, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
97% of fans said it was fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people will look at that and be like, "Oh my God, this is the best movie ever."
Yeah,
and
because
I'm like, don't do that.
I always think that like you don't want someone to say 97%. That means 97% of this movie is good, right? Yeah. And I can't say that. I'd be like, 80% of this movie is good. 20% is questionable, right?
Yeah,
that's how I look at it because the critics, I think, is 73 or something on
Which
it at the
like
time.
A line. I feel it's like an 8 though.
Yeah,
I'd give this movie an 8. It's better than a lot of other Disney movies.
That's what I'm. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Disney movies.
I think it
but
is.
Again, it didn't have that Disney tone for me.
It didn't. I mean, there's like a little bit of Disney ridiculous's in it, but that's okay. I mean, the dog stuff, right? Like all the
Some
pet
of the
stuff.
dog movement was.
It was odd. It was odd.
It was bad.
But I agree. I don't think that it's like Disney in your face.
Yeah.
And that's I think that served it better.
But
it served
like
it well.
that. I like.
Yeah,
that
I like it too.
A villain.
Do you like the 70s rock star?
I was like, what is this Bridgerton wannabe?
70s rock star motif that was happening. What did you understand that it was in the 70s?
I had to look it up in the middle of the movie.
Okay.
I had to look it up because no, I didn't.
Well, it seems it seems further back.
Yeah, it seems way older. And I'm like,
yeah.
But there was a part, and now I remember that I think about it. There was a part when they first show security cameras.
And you were like,
and I'm like, no, they didn't have security cameras in 1894. Like, that's not true at all. So at that point in the movie, I had to look it up. And then it said mid 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, okay. But once they showed the security cameras, I was like, I calculated wrong in my head or read something wrong.
That made you believe it was way back.
Way older.
Gotcha.
Because like the cars are like 40s vehicles.
Yeah, they're older. Yeah.
So, but like I get it.
Well, but we also, it's also in London.
It's all it's also in London.
Yeah, so we're like.
But I did have to look because I'm gonna confuse myself. The rest of the way if I don't know what time it's set in.
What did you think about the music?
I'm back and forth because they did a Michael Bublé song that they flipped.
Yeah.
They did the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
At the end at one point. God, I forgot the guy that sings a smile, though your heart is breaking. Smile, which was a song from the Joker.
Isn't that Charlie Chaplin? Originally.
Something like
Michael
that.
Bublé sings that too.
Yeah. But that song was in the Joker movie too.
Oh, gotcha.
And then people started doing that comparison.
Yeah.
I only saw
We live in a society.
Yeah, I only saw it
Cruella.
once.
Okay.
Then I'm like, oh, but I didn't like. No, this was not the Disney's version of the Joker. You guys are morons.
No.
Like you guys are and there were some pretty high end people in the film review world that said that. I'm like, guys, come on. Yeah, you're well known. You're well respected.
And you're making that.
Comparison. Come on.
She's not a psychopath.
No. She's a fashion. She has a normal job. She's gone crazy. She's gone through this experience in her past. I don't even want to talk about it. There's nothing to talk about with the Joker.
Yeah.
I saw it like once, and I can't even remember what scene I saw it in. She said something about like, oh, it just takes one thing to push you over the edge.
Oh.
She's like, I had one. I've been through this one thing, and I was fine, and then one thing happened, and it made me mad. Because there was a thing that the Joker says in The Killing Joke. He says, all it takes is one bad day.
Gotcha.
Is what the Joker. And she
so
said something similar to that. And I was like, oh, that's
I feel like you can probably make a lot of comparisons to the Joker.
You can do it.
In a lot of
makes sense.
Well, but even for a lot of movies where someone is having a hard time. Right, exactly. Someone acts crazy and you can be like, well, in the Joker.
Yeah, he did this too. Yeah. Well, yeah, the Joker's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But throw the Joker's crazy shit out the window. Because no, it's not Disney's version of the Joker.
Yeah.
The makeup.
Don't even think about. Yeah.
No. You're doing yourself a disservice if you think that.
I agree. All right. So the music you were mixed on. I like the music. I didn't mind it. There's they had that rock show, rock fashion show, and Jasper has that. No, I'm talking about the score, like the actual.
Oh no, that was cool. I was thinking of like the songs they changed to add into the movie.
Yes, I am.
They did do a lot of that.
I am talking about that.
Okay, because they even did like which I knew they were gonna do. God,
but I liked the '70s rock star motif that the movie had throughout, and so some of the music choices seem odd, but when you think about her, when you think about the character, then it does fit as far as what's going on. But they did a lot.
They did a lot of songs.
They did, yeah.
And I knew they were gonna do one. And
spend a lot of moolah on some of those songs.
5 minutes into the movie was these boots are made for walking, and that
you were like, okay.
I'm like, at what point is that song gonna start playing? And then it started like doom 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 doom. And I'm like, there it is. I knew it was coming. Like,
yeah, you're like, it's a fashion movie.
Yeah, but like,
you're like, come on.
She's in charge.
Yeah,
but I mean, I didn't mind it. Part of me, I liked it, but I felt like it was a lot.
It was
like,
a lot.
Every montage was a different song.
Well, because
so
we talked about
so many. I'm like,
yeah, because there was a lot of the same sort of scene happening over and over again, and it was just a different sound. It was a different song.
Yeah, to the
same similar.
But I thought she was cool in the way like she like caused chaos.
That was so cool. I know.
And then the one I really liked was the dump truck.
Yeah.
She dumped all this stuff, and I was like, oh, she just threw trash everywhere.
And then she
gets
drives
out of
away.
It's at her dress.
I love it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that was
like
so
that.
cool.
I really like.
All the fashion stuff is really cool in this movie.
Yeah.
I love the Cruella look when she's sitting across from Anita at the news station, telling her she wants her to like up her leg. Yeah, And the cane though, she has the leather and the cane.
What did you think of when? And it was in the trailer, but when she burned up the dress.
But so like that's very Disney to me.
Yeah.
Like right, like that's kind of the little bit of ridiculousness that we like that Disney movies do have, where you have to suspend belief, because they could have grounded this movie all the way to the ground if they wanted to. But you know, having things like the dogs are a little too much, right? The dress on fire turning to red was a little much. You know, the Baroness pushes Stella over the cliff to kill her. I got a parachute, you know, and so I live, sort of stuff.
So
and you're
at what
like,
point did you connect the dots that that was her mom?
Oh,
like what, 2-3 minutes in?
Oh yeah, probably when her mom said, "I'm gonna go see somebody." to go. Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
I'm gonna go. I have to go talk to somebody, and you're like, and then you see,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Immediately,
like, there was no, and that again, that didn't make the movie bad.
No, it doesn't.
But I'm like,
it doesn't make it.
But
what I will say to sort of kind of harp on that a little bit is because I don't know if if they actually thought that they were keeping this good secret, but if you are telling a story and you know you're not keeping a good secret, I would reveal the secret much sooner in the movie.
Yeah. But
right.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think they were like, ooh, no one's going to see this coming?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's what they were thinking.
You think so?
1,000%. They're like, we're going to turn the theater upside down with this reveal.
Like, oh my God. Yeah. And if that's the case.
Like, everyone in the theater is going to go, gasp. Like,
yeah. What? If they were like, oh my God, we're going to get him. Yeah. Like, then that sucks. That's not good. Yeah. So if somebody watched the movie that screened it before and said, hey, like we know Baroness is Estella's mom, yeah. So I feel like the smart thing to do would have been to see if you can, and by then things are shot. They could have known that it wasn't going to work, and there's nothing they can do about it, and they got to put it out, and it is what it is.
But again, I don't think it took away from the movie.
No, because there's not really an edit that you can do. But just like story-wise, as you're writing the script, if you feel like the reveal is too obvious, then you got to bring it up.
Yeah, I don't get it over.
I don't, because you're making the audience wait for something they already know is going to happen, right? And so then by the time it does hit, they're like, finally. Yeah. As opposed to like getting it early, where most of the audience may not be on board. Yeah.
Well, when it happened, I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. If I was Jasper, I would have been like, I knew that she was your mom. You guys act the same.
We talked about it the other night.
Yeah. Every time we drink, we always said that. She's like, I thought you were joking. Yeah. And you're like,
no, we knew.
Yeah, Jasper and Horace are like, yeah, we know that she's your mom. And that's unfortunate. But still a good movie. It was fun. Still a good movie.
Do you want a sequel?
You know what? I don't want a sequel, and so I know that they set up. I know they set up a sequel, and I understand. But what I truly don't get. So I really like Cruella, right? The Baroness is not dead. She's just in jail, right? So you can get her out of jail, and you can have Cruella.
Oh, and they left the door wide open.
Yeah, for that, right? But you give us the end credit scene with Pongo the puppy and the other pup. I forget the other puppy's name. So you can set up the Anita and Roger meet, right? So that's 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Okay. So Are they setting up 101 Dalmatians? Do you think?
I think so.
So the next version, there's no Cruella 2. The next movie is 101 Dalmatians. That's what you're thinking. Okay.
Is that wrong?
So
that's what I was. I'm like, doesn't Disney need to get on back with the movies they were doing?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Isn't that
So
what they
like,
want to do?
Like you're.
So when she gave the puppies away, I'm like, oh, this is 101 Dalmatians.
But it wouldn't be, right? Because Cruella is not the Baroness. I mean, I guess maybe the Baroness becomes the evil person, and Cruella could team up with Anita and Roger against the you know what I mean? Like that's not you didn't set up 101 Dalmatians because Cruella is not evil. She owns Dalmatian dogs now.
Yeah, instead of
she
murdering
sent
them.
puppy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, instead of using them for coats, she sent puppies to these people, so she knows who they are.
Yeah,
and she's. Hopefully they get a little meet cute.
Yeah.
Walking their dogs. Yeah. And then you don't have a bad guy in that movie anymore, right? Unless, again, you bring back the Baroness and she's slaughtering puppies everywhere.
She's the evil one. Which could be her origin story. She's like, I used to love these animals. Now I want to kill them all.
Yeah, because you took them.
Of course they can't do because...
You can't kill a dog in 2021.
Nope.
Or in 2023, it'll probably be worse.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Peter's going to be all over that. They're going to be all over this just for us mentioning it.
Yeah, Jesus don't come after me. This is a theory.
Episode 10 was the final episode.
Yeah, because we mentioned dog killing.
That's what I thought. I'm like, doesn't Disney have to go back to the movies they made?
Yes, but you can't make 101 Dalmatians anymore. Is my thing. So you can't. So you make Cruella 2, and you continue this story of them kind of going at it with each other. Round 2 of Cruella versus Baroness. Fine, that's fine. I'll take that movie.
Yeah.
I will. But if you're going to make 101 Dalmatians and you're going to change it so much that it's not 101 Dalmatians anymore, then I don't think you can make that movie.
That's true.
I don't think you go back to 101 Dalmatians. I think you just do Cruella 2.
Yeah.
Cruella 2 and 101 Dalmatians are two totally different movies, though. Mm-hmm. So
I don't need a sequel.
And I'm fine with that.
And I'm cool because this was a good one. I'm going to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going back to my personal feelings on things. I don't need 3 of everything. Yeah, I don't need a trilogy for every story. I just don't. Yeah. This movie was really good. It was so good. And it can stand alone as being a really good movie.
Yeah, it was so good.
And to me, once you start overdoing stuff, I'm like, all right, you're taking like the goodness away from it. Now you're just trying to get people back to the theater. You're trying to make
cash
money.
grab.
You're trying to make toys. You're trying to make Dalmatian toys. And I'm like,
okay,
that's all fine and good. And it's business. It's the film industry. I get that.
Yeah, of course.
I 100% understand. But as a fan, I super enjoyed this movie. And I don't need to see the story continued.
And I'm definitely fine with that.
And if it happens, then it happens. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch the second one because the first one was good. Yeah. Am I going to sign a petition saying that it needs to happen? Not really.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it happening.
I would not mind seeing Emma Stone as Cruella, though. And I don't know if that means a Cruella 2 movie or her popping up in a 101 Dalmatians movie, but like
that would be cool.
That character
needs to keep going.
I fell in love with that character so much that I would not mind if it kept going.
Yeah, of course.
And you get the Jasper Cruella love story, and you do something different in that. And this is a different world, so maybe there is no 101 Dalmatians in this world, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm not necessarily saying I would like a Cruella 2, but that character, Emma Stone did such a good.
If it happens, cool. If it doesn't happen, cool.
Yeah,
I'm fine either way. I really am.
Yeah, we'll just have to see which path they go down.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
See what people say.
Yeah,
I mean, at the moment,
it has to make money.
I mean, at the moment, as far as I know, it is. People are liking it.
Yeah,
some people are wildly hard on it.
Yeah, I feel like if you're that
like the direction of this movie, it was kind of weird at times, but
if you're that hard on it, I think you came into it already not liking it.
No, I was excited from day one, and maybe that is why I liked it. Maybe it's the opposite effect. I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, wow.
I was excited after I saw the trailer.
Yeah, and you're like, look at this.
And I was like, this looks good. I was
like, this is exciting. This is fresh. This is different.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why we both liked it.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody went in and they're like, oh, well, this looks awful.
And
they
that
probably
would be,
they probably held on to
like,
that.
come on. Yes, I agree.
They
I
just
think
held on to that through all the trailers and watching the movie.
and then didn't give it a chance.
Yeah.
There's no way this movie is like, if someone's like, no, I hated it, I would love to just hear what they gotta say, because that's too good.
Yeah.
Just it's too good.
It's good. It's good. It's fun. It is a good Disney movie.
We're gonna get a lot of Cruella costumes this year for Halloween, you think?
Yeah, that's the big seller. That's the money.
That's the
money maker.
That's the one.
Right there.
They know what they're doing. That leather after with the cane.
Are Dalmatians aggressive dogs?
Yeah, they're super. Yeah. They're jerks. Yeah,
really?
They're mean.
I've never even met a Dalmatian.
I don't know. Whenever you say that a dog, I mean, to answer your question more seriously, whenever anyone says like a dog is mean or not, isn't it usually like, oh, it's the owner. Yeah, the owner is the mean one. So
I looked up Dalmatians, and supposedly they have a tendency to be aggressive dogs.
Oh, see,
from the little article that I read on the internet.
There you go. The internet does not lie, so that must be true.
But I've also looked up other dogs that people claim to be murderous dogs,
and they're super
friendly.
When
you read that on the internet, they're like, no, they're like really great dogs, and I'm like,
I
don't know what to
I
believe.
thought Dalmatians were mean dogs, but
I
think that's also maybe like been something that has also just been perpetuated, like but like those Dalmatians in the movie being aggressive, I think is because of the Baroness. Like, I think it's like
they're guard dogs.
Yeah, like
that's what they are.
They're mean because she's mean. Yeah. Like, so of course she would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does give Dalmatians a bad rap though.
Yeah.
To be like, well, this psycho loves Dalmatians.
I don't. They're beautiful dogs. I don't know that I would want a Dalmatian as a pet. I feel like they're too like high class.
Yeah.
You got to be rich to own
like
a
poodle.
Yeah, like a
like a full size poodle.
You got to be rich to own a poodle.
Like a full poodle, and groom it. And
like
stuff.
if you're like
a full size poodle though. Like
I mean any size poodle.
Not
really.
like even like a little poodle and like a lap poodle.
Yeah.
To get it groomed.
If you got a poodle sitting in your lap, I know you have money.
that's just standard.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a Dalmatian, you probably got cash in your pocket.
Interesting.
That's just how I'm going.
Interesting. Dang. There's some dad jokes in there. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
I was going to say something else about another type of dog, but I don't.
I feel like I could dad joke it up a little bit.
People to start saying things.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to let it go. Yeah. I'm going to say, sure, Diego.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. We'll move on.
So I'm gonna
Cruella.
I'm going to give it an 8.
An 8?
An 8.
Okay.
Just a big round 8.
All right.
Spirited Away. Go watch that movie. Saw that.
I know. We should do should do throwback reviews.
I might do a review on my own.
You should.
Not around.
You should.
I might do that.
Put it up, man. I mean, if you see, I understand like you go back and you see a movie that everybody talked about at one time, and then you go back and visit it because you finally got around to it, right? For whatever reason. I still haven't seen Spirited Away, and you talked about it, and then I'm gonna put it on.
Yeah.
And so now I'm gonna watch it.
But I enjoy other movies now because of my understanding of movies.
Yeah,
I understand it better, so I can see things differently.
For those like technical movies, the movies that are done technically well, I definitely think at least a small understanding of how movies are made helps you appreciate what's going on.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people might disagree and say, well, you shouldn't have to understand how movies are made to enjoy movies.
You have to know.
But on at an Academy Award winning level, I do think there's a lot of that, though. A lot of people probably don't enjoy a lot of Academy Award winning movies.
No, look at Nomadland.
Yeah, well, I mean,
still haven't seen it.
I'll still go all day long about how that movie didn't need to win anything.
Yeah,
but there is a level of like, well, if you understand movies on a technical level, then it helps you understand why these movies get nominated. And that's fine.
I don't ever want to be that guy.
No, it'd be like, well, technically,
you don't understand
see what she did there.
Yeah,
she won not because of what she said, but because of what she didn't say. And you're like, shut up. That is not correct.
And
a movie that's boring should never win. That is my opinion.
Regardless.
Yeah. I don't care. Like movies, some people are like, well, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I'm like, yeah, but we can probably have a conversation about why that got nominated in such areas.
Yeah.
A movie that's boring? It's boring.
It's boring.
The main thing a movie needs to do is entertain you.
That's the point.
Yeah.
But nowadays, that's really not the point anymore for some people. Like
I
people
guess
like
not.
that, like Nomadland.
I don't believe people like it. I think it's a hype train. I don't believe it for 1 second.
I don't want to watch it. I really
don't believe it.
Like,
we already did a Nomadland thing,
yeah.
and we could do it again. But still, I've slept many nights. Slept really good a few of those nights, and you know what? Still don't understand why people like it. Still don't.
But that's why I need to watch it.
Still don't. You can watch it.
Oh,
but
no, I want to watch it.
Watch it, and then I would love if you loved it, and then we can talk about it. And you can be one of those people that are like, no, Sam, you just don't get it. And I can be like, yeah, but I do, and you're wrong.
I'm not going to be that way, though.
Yeah.
Because it just looks boring.
Yeah.
You know what else looked boring? 3 billboards.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. It looked boring.
I don't know if it was, but...
Again, want all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It's all right.
So what's coming up? What's down the road that we're going to got to look
Well, we got to do In the Heights.
Oh, yeah.
For those...
Ba-da-da.
Yeah, I was going to say for those musical fans.
I love a good musical.
My goodness. Why would you do that?
I don't know. Jesus.
For some musical fans, we got to do In the Heights. That's coming up in a couple of weeks, I believe. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff coming out. You know, I saw the Angelina Jolie movie, Those Who Wish Me Dead.
Yeah. Watch it. Don't watch it.
No, don't watch it. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Diego.
She did. But
Diego.
Nothing about her excites me ever.
Yeah, it's not.
There's not nothing about her that excites me.
Yeah, the movie.
Nothing.
The movie.
I asked you about that. I was like, she ever done anything like? Or no, it was Jennifer Aniston. I said that about.
Oh yeah, you said Jennifer
Aniston.
Angelina Jolie did some good movies. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, not like I'm not gonna go out to see just because it's an Angelina Jolie movie.
No, I don't think she has that fan base anymore. Angelina Jolie is a phenomenal actress, though.
Yeah.
I mean, she is very, very good, and even in this movie, she does some things where I think are very, very good on an actor.
Okay. But don't watch it.
Side. No, it's stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's dumb. They could have done something with it, but it was like it was obviously like a script.
Was it a waste of time? You're like, God, why did I watch that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was pretty upset about it. I mean, it's not. I mean, to say it's like trash is also lying. It's not trash. I do think that there's a lot of good things about it, like John Bernthal, right? He's like another up and comer. Yeah, he's great. He's great. I like this stuff. You know, you watch a movie sometimes and you're there and you're like, that's your movie, right? Like you're telling me a story about A and you show me a little bit of B and I'm like, that's your movie. And like John Bernthal and his wife, like that's the movie, and not the Angelina Jolie story.
Yeah,
it's the other story. And so, but sometimes you have like, I feel like this is an obvious case. I don't know anything about it. I haven't researched it, but just watching this movie, it looks like an obvious case of a bunch of rewrites. Like that's. Yeah, it's like that's what it seems like.
Rewrites now have such a negative thing, which they don't have to be.
They don't have to. Sometimes they're necessary. No. That's why a lot of things are rewrites.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, we're gonna block a week
Yeah.
After we're done editing some stuff in case we need to do.
Right.
Do anything. Just reach it, whatever we do.
Just going to do all of it.
But now everyone's like, oh, you had to do this. It must mean it sucked.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what it means.
No, that's
not. So
not.
I'll go ahead and skip that.
Yeah.
In the Heights is coming up.
Yeah, don't watch the Angelina Jolie movie. In the Heights is coming up. Yeah. Are you a fan of musicals?
I love musicals.
Oh, yeah.
I love musicals.
I love me a good musical.
God, yes. Cats sucked. Anyways.
Do you remember our first episode? Second episode?
Yeah.
Was Cats?
That wasn't even about film.
No, it wasn't.
That was about the dump run we went on.
Yeah.
About birds.
Yeah, somehow
I didn't get
through
Cats. I stopped watching. Did I tell you I started watching Cats?
You did, but I don't think I ever
20
asked
minutes
you.
in.
Really?
No, I'm not putting myself through that.
Yeah, wasted time.
No.
Right? Would have been a waste. Yeah.
I'm not doing that to myself.
We suspected as much, and you know what? It's okay that you don't watch that movie.
Can't judge a book by its cover, or I judge it by the first 20 minutes.
It's okay.
It's shit.
You don't have to like it. It's fine.
Shit. Into the Heights, super excited about.
Yeah,
so that'll be fun.
I cannot wait. Did you watch Hamilton?
I did. Yeah, I loved Hamilton.
Yeah? Oh yeah, great. God, it was so good.
Hamilton was awesome.
Yeah.
It was. I was like 3 hours. About 3 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
At least 2.5.
Yeah, it's long.
It's long for sure.
And then Black Widow after
So
that.
good. Maybe Black Widow is like July.
Oh, it's July.
12th or something, or oh no, it's after that. Yeah, it's July.
Oh, I feel like we've had this conversation.
Yeah, I keep telling you, it's July, and I know that because it's the week after I think the baby's born.
Okay, so
my new baby.
The baby's gonna watch Black Widow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be holding
Probably.
the new baby, watching Black Widow.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I'm not paying $30 for it either.
No,
I have to.
I'm gonna probably dish it out.
Borrow the old login there.
Yeah, I probably will just see how it goes.
I mean, I have to watch it.
But yeah, we'll do In the Heights next. Maybe we'll do a little like Lin-Manuel Miranda like review.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good guy.
I feel like.
But then I feel like
we
we'll be hitting it hard July, August.
Pretty much the rest of the year.
Because some stuff we're gonna have to go in the theater to watch though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we should have done a quiet place.
That was drop the ball. I apologize, everybody. Drop the ball in a quiet place.
Yeah, it should have been a Cruella in a quiet place today.
Quiet Place 2 A Quiet Place is like just such a good
Great.
movie.
Oh, John
Such a good
Krasinski.
movie. So yeah, should have done Quiet Place 2.
Okay.
I'll still check it out. And we can do like a little throwback.
Yeah.
All right.